Guys, hello. Today we're gonna talk about the post-classical era and interactions in Europe. The first thing we're gonna talk about is trade. Mediterranean Sea route trades. All the Mediterranean trade during the Roman Empire declined with the Roman Empire itself, but the trade re-established with the spread of Islam and the Byzantine Empire. Gems, perfumes, and much more was traded through the Mediterranean Sea, and the trade was amongst Cairo, Novgorod, Morocco, Venice, and it was also connected to the Silk Road, and it was mainly controlled by Jewish merchant guilds. So the Silk Road. The Silk Road merged with the Mediterranean trade routes. Goods from China and India came through the Silk Road. Eventually, Christian monks brought silkworms to Europe through the Silk Roads. Yeah. The positive effects of transcontinental trade. Trade cities and ports flourished. Technology was shared amongst people, which grew rapidly, and religion spread with the merchants. Merchants would bring back cultural ideas and spiritual ideas. Now the negative effects of transcontinental trade. The spread of diseases and conflicts to control the trade routes. One of those diseases is the Black Death. The death toll during the bubonic plague or the Black Death was 350 million people. So trading cities, as we mentioned before. So one of the trading cities is Constantinople of the Byzantine Empire. It is a major port in the Mediterranean trade. Its population in 580 was 500,000 people. And the picture you see on the bottom right is the Hagia Sophia. It was built by Justinian, and two of the most important emperors were Justinian and Constantine. Yeah. This is the location of Constantinople and how it geographically makes it beneficial. The gray arrows show the movement of goods from Asia into Europe. Yeah. So Venice is another one of those trading cities. Venice was I spelled Venice wrong. I just saw that. But whatever. The Venice was grew in size because of mass migrations, which were to avoid plunders and disasters from the western side of the Europe and the north. By 1700 AD, they had a ruin on the docks. Venice built a large navy because it was mostly in water and a port, and it constantly patrolled the Mediterranean Sea. Gradually, the trade with the help of the navy flourished and Venetian traders got richer and richer. Venice acted as a middleman between Europe and Asia. I'm sorry about Venice, I spelled it wrong. This is how geographically Venice is beneficial. Yellow arrows show the flow of goods from Asia to Europe, and the blue arrows just show something. And other trading cities include Novgorod, Genoa, and Florence. And these are all the different trading cities. On top right we have Novgorod. On the bottom right we have Constantinople. And in the middle we have Genoa, Florence, and Venice. So trading guilds. Trading guilds were just trade associations to protect and aid each other for the traders and merchants. It was mainly between and also craftsmen. They had their own logo, just like knights. And the Hanseatic League is one of the famous guilds. It had its monopoly in Northern Europe. Number 2, religion. By the way, did you know the praying emoji is not praying? It's actually high five. So one of the major things in religion for Christianity was the split of the church or the Great Schism. It was a explosion, And some of the reasons included iconoclasm, which means that either worshipping idols or not. And who will be the Holy Roman Emperor? It was either Empress Irene or a male hire from the Franks, and the Pope picked the male hire. In the closing of churches that performed Western rituals by the Byzantines, I'm going to call them Biz now. And also the type of bread, which is pretty cool. And the excommunication is symbolic. It just shows that the split is complete. So Islam and Spain. Generous surrender. So why did Islam spread? It was because of their generous surrender terms. And the Caliphate conquered the Visigoths that controlled Spain. And the Caliphate lasted for around 700 years in Spain. It was a hodgepodge of ethnicity, although in a good way. Not hodgepodge, messy hodgepodge. And it was considered the golden age of Spain, and it was Cordoba Caliphate. The Crusades. The Crusade number 1, which lasted from 1906 AD to 1096 AD to 1099 AD. The Christians won the First Crusade, and the Muslims got knocked out. The Second Crusade, the Christians got knocked out. It lasted from 1147 AD to 1149 AD. In the Third Crusade, nothing happened. It all stayed the same. Christians got knocked out. Muslims won the dub. Muslims would control Jerusalem for a long time from now. Number 3, the kingdoms and empires in Europe. The first one is the Russians, or the Kievan Rus. It was confederate empires with Grand Prince, in this case the Prince of Kiev, and they shared their origins with the Vikings and interactions with the Mongols, and they interacted with the Mongols and the Byzantines, and their main trade item was fur. So the next empire was the Frankish Empire, which was ruled by the Franks. One of the first Frank emperors was Clovis I, who was from the Merovingian dynasty, and he united all the Germanic tribes and converted to Christianity. Then came Pepin the Short. He was the first Carolingian ruler. He established the Frankish kingdom. He did not, my bad. And Charlemagne was the first Holy Roman Emperor, and he created a vast stable empire of Europe. The orange area on the picture is all Frank. The last thing is the Byzantine Empire, or as I like to call them, the Biz. So Justinian was one of the most important emperors during the post-classical era, because he, got education systems. He wanted to restore the Roman Empire. He had law and order. He put that Justinian's code in there. He built the Hagia Sophia, and Constantinople also was from. He developed Constantinople and protected it with defense systems both on water and walls on the land. But eventually it got taken. Byzantine Empire was conquered by the Turks. So the Black Death, day 1, painful swellings and buboes appeared in the victim's armpits and groin. Day 2, the victim vomited. Day 3, bleeding under the skin. Day 4, the disease attacked the nervous system. Day 5, buboes burst. And the next thing is, you die a Black Death. Yeah, we know this number. It was 2/3 Europe's population. Caesaropapism is just the idea of combining the power of secular government with the religious power, or of making secular authority superior to the spiritual authority of the church. The Holy Roman Empire of the Franks can be an example of Caesaropapism. Some technology was gunpowder, which helped cannons, Viking longships, and the Gutenberg printing press. And languages were Latin, which was used in religious texts, and other vernacular languages were Spanish, French, Italian, German, and English, and this later affected the formation of nations. So thank you y'all for bearing with me. See y'all. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn it off now.